Hey guys, so today I want to talk about a couple things that I think about often and things that I think should be talked about. They may have already been talked about, but I want to talk about it again. The first thing I would like to talk about is if you say something and someone laughs at you, but you're being so serious, they're probably laughing at you because their mindset is not, how do I say this? Some people, they don't think the same. Everyone thinks differently and everyone's perception is different, as we know that already. But what I mean is, if you talk about something that you really care about, for example, I talk to my friends about pollution, climate change, and things that I think are important, animal extinction, and they laugh and like joke about it. And I'm thinking, what is so funny? Like, this stuff is serious. But I think that they're laughing because they're not educated about it and they don't know what to say. But that's why I want to start a discussion, because this stuff is really important to me and I think that it should be important to a lot more people. Everyone has their own priorities, but this is something that means a lot to me. And my point to this conversation is remind people not to back down when people laugh at you. Don't back down. If you believe in something genuinely and you truly care about it, if you have something to say, say it. If somebody thinks it's funny, cool, let them laugh. Don't back down because you're probably right. And if you're right, stick up for what you believe in. And another thing that I would like to talk about is sheeps. These days, there's so many sheeps. People will do something that everyone does just because they think it's right because everyone's doing it, but usually it's not right. Like, for me, I don't want to be a sheep. Like, with all of this pollution and shit going on the earth, and I don't want to contribute to it anymore. So when I go out to eat, I get like a paper cup, no lid, no straw, because it's plastic. And people think that I'm so weird and this, that, or the other, but it's something that I care about. Yeah, I'm using paper. Yeah, that's trees, but I'm trying my best. I mean, I don't really know what to do. I mean, like, I usually actually have a reusable cup or like a water bottle that I always use, like a glass one or whatever the case may be. So I usually don't have to use it. Like, reduce, reuse, recycle. People don't get that. They literally don't get that. And people are like, oh, I'll just use it again. Okay, but no, you're supposed to reduce, reuse, recycle. And a lot of people just don't care. And it upsets me because they come back with ignorant comebacks. And they're like, okay, plastic bag at a grocery store. I bring my own bags. And my family member said to me, well, I'm reusing it as a trash bag. No, that's not reusing it though. You shouldn't use it in the first place because you shouldn't use it. It's not reusing. Don't do it. Plastic bags literally rip. So what's the point? If you're too lazy to carry in some cloth bags or whatever, reusable bags, into the store, okay, I understand some people can't, whatever the case may be, because I know somebody's going to say, oh, well, what about this, what about that? But my point is, overall, people should stop being so lazy. How hard is it to carry in a couple bags into the store and put your stuff into them? It's not hard at all. I do it every day. And for some reason, people think that it's so hard to change. You have to make little changes. Like, the world got so bad because of us doing things over time wrong. Over time, ew. Over time, if you just change a little bit, it will help. People are like, that ain't gonna help, that ain't gonna make a change. It will help, and it does make a change. You just have to choose, like, do you want to be like everybody else or do you want to change? That's it. That's all I can say about that. And I probably missed some stuff because I should write it down and talk about it, but I forget. So, whatever. Okay. Anyway, the next thing is remember to be positive and open-minded always. See, this is something that I forget nowadays. It's just so much negativity that it's hard to remember to stay positive always and be open-minded, because you never know what somebody's going through. Okay, so yeah, just be positive. I know everyone says it, positive vibes only. Okay, seriously though, because like for me, I don't know about everybody else, and I don't know if this is a fact or if things like this really happen, but for me, I feel like when I put off good vibes into the universe, I get it back. And like, that just seems so like obvious, but sometimes I forget it and I need to be reminded constantly, because people will work their negativity into your life. Like, you never know what they're going through, so you have to be careful. Like, they will try to bring their negative vibes into your life, and it sucks because it does. Well, it consumes me. I don't know if it does anybody else, but literally, if people bring negative vibes my way, I dwell on it, and I have a problem with that, and I'm working on it. But yeah, also always try to be open-minded. I love being open-minded. I love listening to everyone. Like, for example, religion. I have no religion, but I respect and I listen and I learn from everybody else's religion. Like, I have a lot of friends that have different religions, and they be preaching to me, and I listen, and I take from it what I need. Or I listen to their point because what they're saying is valid and what they're saying is like important to them. So I value that, and I try to learn from it, and I love to learn new stuff. Also, if you know someone, like, I know a couple people who have a religion, and I think that for me, it's better not to have a religion because I struggle every day mentally, and having a religion just really stresses me out because I'm about facts, I'm about proof, and you know, there's so many religions. What are the odds that yours is the right one? That's just something I would like to throw out there. Like, I always keep an open mind to give a person a chance to convince me, but I like to stand back and just grow and figure things out, you know, on my own. And I don't know, that just means a lot to me to not have a religion. I mean, in my eyes, religion really divides. It just doesn't have too much positivity from my experience. I mean, for everyone else, they can do what they want. That's really cool. But for me, I can't. I gotta take a break from it. Can't do it. Okay, next I would like to talk about something I saw on Will Smith's account on Instagram. He said something about loving yourself more. I honestly forget what it was. I could go back and watch it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to read what I wrote down and then go from there, because honestly, I write things down that I should talk about, and then I go back and look at them, and I'm like, what was I talking about? So I'll just go off of what I think I was talking about. So, say, I love you too much to let you do something. So, like, for example, if you're trying to do weight loss, say, I love you too much to let you eat that. Like, you know, instead of like downing yourself about it and just really struggling, it'll help you so much more. Just say, like, I love you too much to let you, I don't know, spend that much money on that item that you don't really need. Like, I love you too much. I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so we need to learn to have this mindset. Say to yourself, I love you too much to do something, instead of beating myself up about it. And I need to do that, you know, because I really do beat myself up about things. And I just need to start loving myself more and looking at it as I love you too much, instead of like saying something negative to myself, you know. And I will find more success using this strategy than what I've been doing in the past by just saying, oh my God, you're so fat. Why are you going to eat that? Or, oh my God, are you really going to eat that? Like, you look gross. You know what I'm saying? Just like say to myself, like, look, Courtney, I really love you. Don't eat that cake. You don't need it. You know why? Because I do need it. Just kidding. I want it, but I can't. Okay, so on to the next. The one that I just wrote down was by Will Smith again, and practically he just talks about love. Love is what I struggle. Girl, boy, let me tell you, this is my struggle. I'm always thinking about love, wondering about love, and it's just like Will Smith said something that really just inspired me and really convinced me to think about things different. And it says, go go through separate journeys together. In this life, we are like on a journey, okay? So you find someone that you're willing to sacrifice, not sacrifice, but like, what is the word? Compromise together. Live life at peace together. Go through this journey together. You decide to do it, right? So practically, you can never make someone happy. You have to find happiness within yourself, and you have to bring your happiness. They have to bring their happiness together. Oh, can I speak English? No. You guys have to just bring it together to the table and say, look, honey, this is what I have to offer you. Take it or leave it. You know what I mean? Like, bring both of your happiness together and see what the outcome is. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully it'll be magical and hopefully it will be success. That's the idea. Okay? And my question was just like, how to find happiness within yourself. That's something that I always wonder. Will I ever find happiness within myself? How do I do it? And it's just like, I have not found the answer yet. So if you guys have any suggestions for me, say what's up. Let me know. Because like, I always wonder, will I ever find happiness within myself? Like, and that is something that I'm going to have to find out on my own. But if you have any tips to help me, I would appreciate it, because your girl not doing so good. And is it possible to make myself happy? I don't know. Is it possible? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, I hope so. I don't know what the true meaning of happiness is. I could probably look it up and find some definition, but in my heart, I don't know what the true meaning is. Meaningness? Something's going on outside and I can't even speak English. What am I gonna do? What do you mean? Yeah, like, I don't know. You can be at peace, but you have to practice to stay at peace. That is just what I wrote. And I feel this way, like, I can be at peace. I have been at peace before so many times, but it's something you have to practice. You have to meditate a lot. You just have to find yourself and like practice practically. I mean, I can't explain how to really practice peace, but I'm sure there's a definition somewhere out there. I don't know. I'm not the smartest, but I just feel like I have been at peace before and I miss it. I have been happy before and I miss it. But it's something that I'm going to have to work at. And I mean, someone out there probably feels the same. And I definitely think that I'm a lost soul. But I feel like I'll get there one day. And it's going to take a little time. But nothing in life is easy. And nothing just gets handed to you truly. You know, like, it does, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, on to the next. I would like to say a lot of these topics are coming from me watching Will Smith's little bubbly things. I forget what they're called right now. At the top of his Instagram profile. But this one hits deep because this is something, okay, as a human, I'm trying to grow. I'm 20 years old. I'm trying to figure myself out. I am trying to heal on my own and grow from the past traumas that I've had in my life. I mean, like, I didn't have the worst childhood, but I'm still trying to grow and deal with the mental damage. Yeah. Whew. Sis. Whew. Okay. I'm going to start off by saying I have been trying to realize that it isn't my fault that someone damaged me as a child. And I have to think about that for a second because I felt that. It isn't my fault. It isn't your fault. If you grew up with parents who dropped out of school, had kids when they shouldn't have, I mean, like, just parents who, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they're thinking. They were on drugs. You just struggle, you know, by yourself and you're alone. And then they yell at you because you're so weird. But it's not that you're weird. It's that you're growing up without parents and you're just struggling alone. And as a young child not having anyone, That's hard. That's freaking hard. Like, ooh, sorry. This is deep. Too freaking deep. Anyway, we didn't come here to see a crying sesh, okay? Let's get to it, okay? So, someone damaged me as a child, but it is my responsibility to find ways to heal myself. Let me think about that. Someone damaged me as a child. True. But at a point, I realized just because this happened, I need to fix it. And it's my responsibility to fix this. It is my responsibility to treat people with respect and kindness even though I am broken. It is my responsibility to change. And not become what they said I would become and not be what they said I would be. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. So, like, also to learn to not beg others for help. That is a problem that I had because I was so sheltered. I used to freaking beg people for help. Like, I'm constantly begging people for help to help fix me. I need to fix me. I need to learn how to distance myself and just, I don't know, grow. I don't know how, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm sick of asking people for help because this is something that only I know me, only I know my story, you know? I am me and I grew up me. Duh. Like, I'm going to have to fix this on my own. And that's something that people should think about. Like, we got to stop blaming our parents. We got to stop blaming our siblings. We got to stop blaming whoever we want to blame because at the end of the day, yes, it happened, but we need to grow from it. We need to, you know, do something, shit, okay? And self-happiness is definitely much deeper than I thought. I don't know how to achieve self-happiness, but I'm going to try, and it's definitely much deeper than I thought. Happiness is just such a word that it can feel so many things. It can smell like so many things. Like, have you ever just had a scent and you smell it and it just brings you a wave of happiness? Have you ever just ate something that brought you happiness? Have you ever just thought about happiness? Like, that shit's deep. That's too big for me to think about right now. But, whatever. Oh, shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sorry. Oopsies. Oops. Okay. Yeah. I need to think, when is it someone's fault and when is it my responsibility? I don't want to do that anymore. Blaming game. I don't want to do that. I need to think and recognize when is it their fault and when is it my responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, it's their fault that they did drugs. It's their choice. That's the path. It's like, I don't know if it was their decision to drop out of school. I don't know what they were going through, you know? But it's just like, that's not me. Like, my responsibility is to be a better person and change. But there's so many different types of situations. I can't even recognize sometimes when is it my fault and when is it their fault, when is it my responsibility, whatever. Too deep. There are so many outcomes that it's hard to recognize the truth sometimes. And that means a lot. That can mean a lot just by itself. So many situations, so many scenarios, and I know, you know what, it's not that deep. I shouldn't think too deep about it, but when you're trying to grow and change, it means a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it's something to think about. And my brain always thinks and never stops thinking. And I don't know why. I don't know if there's something wrong with me or if this is common, if this happens to anyone else, but I always think, always overthink, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I mean, yeah. But I definitely want to change, and I'm going to change, and I am changing. And I'm making good progress. It's just taking a long time. Yep. Really quick, I want to throw in that the next part of this video, I forgot to put my microphone on, so it's going to sound really crappy. And I'm sorry, but things happen. Yeah, so. Okay, so I took a really long break, and I'm not sure where I left off, but I think this is where I left off, so I'm just going to pick it right back up. I've realized that failure is growth. I've had a bad upbringing that taught me failure was bad, that I should be ashamed. But now I realize that failure is a part of success. I looked at events in history and I recognized that many failures well, like I've recognized that the many failures that successful people have had led to where they are now. Like, you cannot, it's rare, you cannot really usually make it to the top without a lot of failure. I mean, I don't know how freaking it goes for everybody, but most of the time, you gotta have failure to get success. Everyone's definition of success is different, and the way that they perceive it is different. And I recognize that. So I beat myself up time and time again every time I fail because of my parents, you know? They said that, like, they make it seem like just because I have more failure than them that I'm not worthy, that I'm not going to be successful, this, that, and the other, practically a bunch of baloney because, I don't know, my hair's also a mess, so ignore it. That's actually gonna bother me really bad. Ooh. Anyway. It is obvious, but people are often oblivious that my success is different from your success. You know, we all need to grow in different ways, and we all need to realize that just because someone's down, don't attack them. I see this on the internet. It's so common. When someone is down, everyone will take the opportunity to literally attack them to damn near about or to suicide. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to bring each other up instead of freaking making everybody so unhappy and so depressed. Like, what good is it to bring such sadness to someone, you know? When they're down. That's just crazy. Successful people fail a lot, but embrace it. I noticed that. And I'm not successful yet, but I'm definitely going to take that and use that. The more failure I have, the better I become. I have learned to love it, and maybe I have a love relationship with failure, and that is rare. And you know, like, I have to remind myself of this because often I fail, obviously, and I forget this, that I love failure. Failure helps me grow. We need failure to learn. And failure sounds so negative, but to me, I'm trying to make it positive because I need the failure baby to become perfect. You know what I'm saying? Right, okay, cool. I often ask others, what can I do to better myself? And this can only take me so far. You know what I mean? Asking others what I could do to better myself, this is something that I ask someone always. Hey, what can I do to better myself in this situation, that situation? Yeah, they help me, but not enough. I forget always what they say, or like, I just have to work at it on my own. And with failure, I have realized where I need to improve whenever I fail. When I fail at something, I realize that that's what I should be focusing on and growing and practicing and trying to get better at it. Like, I forget that also. When I'm sad, I forget that I need this failure to improve. For example, a job. They want you to be perfect, but they don't want to take the time out to train you. So, in my situation, I feel really crappy when I fail at work because all of the people who are like seniors or have seniority over me, they're really good. And then like, I feel bad when I fail because I have many, many, many failures. I'm telling you what, you guys, if I could write a book on all of my failures, it's a big book. It's a big book. But I'm cool with it because I know that one day I will be great. I hope in my heart that I will be great one day. From all of these failures, I will grow and become someone who is great and has a lot of knowledge. And my computer just died. Cool. Okay, so practically what I was saying before my shit died, I was trying to say that everything you guys probably already know. But I have a lot of failures, and I often fail at work because I'm not happy in my workplace. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm settling for less just because I don't have a lot of money right now to take online school or whatever the case may be. I know people are out there thinking, you could get money from the state, or you can get this, you can get that. Okay, I'm not that smart. Dang. Don't be so mean, okay? And practically, I just want to say have a good day. That was all that I had to talk about today. I'm really glad that I got it off my chest, and I hope somebody cares and actually watches this to the end. actually puts their thoughts and opinions down below because it really helps me grow and get through things, you know, because I like hearing what others have to say. That's practically it. Have a good day. Peace, love, and light to ya.